Midnight Ride of Paul Revere by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere on the 18th of April in 75. Hardly a man is now alive who remembers that famous day and year. He said to his friend in the British March, "My land received from the town tonight. Hang the lantern loft and belfry out for the North Church houses sing the light. One if by land and two if by sea, and I on the opposite shore will be, ready to ride and spread the alarm through every Middlesex village and farm, for the country folk to be up and to arm." Then he said goodnight, and with muffled oar, silently rowed to the Charlestown shore, just as the moon was over the bay, where swinging wide to morning's lay, the Somerset British man of war, a phantom ship with each mast and spar, crossed the moon like a prison bar, and a huge black hulk that was magnified by its own reflection in the tide. Meanwhile, spread through alley and street, wanders and watches with eager ears, till in the silence around me hears the muster of men at the barrack door, the sound of arms and tramp of feet, and the measured tread of the grenadiers marching down to their boats on the shore. Then he climbed the tower of the Old Church by the wooden stairs with stealthy tread to the belfry chamber overhead, and startled the pigeons from their perch on the somber rafters that rounded May, masses of moving shapes of shade, by the trembling ladders steep and tall, to the highest window in the wall, where he paused to listen and look down, a moment on the roofs of the town, and the moonlight flowing over all. Beneath the churchyard lay the dead, and their night encampment on the hill, wrapped in silence so deep and still, that he hears like a sentinel's tread, the watchful night wind as it went creeping along from tent to tent, seeming to whisper, all is well. A moment only he feels the spell of a place in the hour and the secret dread, of the lonely belfry and the dead, for suddenly all his thoughts are bent on a shadowy something far away, where the river widens to meet the bay, a line of black that bends and floats on the rising tide like a bridge of boats. Meanwhile, patient mountain ride, booted and spurred with heavy stride, on the opposite shore walked Paul Revere. Now he patted his horse's side, now he gazed at the landscape far and near, then impetuous stamped the earth and turned and tightened his saddle girth, but mostly watched with eager search the belfry tower of the Old Church, as it rose above the brazen hill, lonely and spectral and somber and still. And lo, he looks on the belfry's height, a glimmer and then a gleam of light. He springs to the saddle with blindly turns, but lingers and gives to formless sight. A second lamp in the belfry burns. A hurried float in the village street, a shape in the moonlight, a bulk in the dark, and beneath from the pebbles and passing spark, struck out by sea, flying fearless and fleet, and the act was awe, and yet through the gloom of the light, the fate of a nation was riding that night, and the sparks struck out violence from his light, kindled the leaden flames his heat. He has left the village and mounted the steep, and beneath him tranquil, broad and deep, is mystic meeting the ocean tides, and under the alders that skirt its edge, now soft in the sand, now loud in the ledge, is heard the tramp of the steeds he rides. It was 12 by the village clock when he crossed the bridge to Medford town. He heard the crowing of the cock, the barking of the farmer's dog, and felt the breath of morning fog that rises as the sun goes down. It was 1 by the village clock when he galloped into Lexington. He saw the gilded weathercock swim in the moonlight as he passed, and the meeting house windows, black and bare, gazed at him with a spectral glare, as if they already stood aghast at the bloody work they would look upon. It was 2 by the village clock when he came to the bridge in Encore town. He heard the bleating of the flock and the twitter of birds among the trees, and felt the breath of morning breeze blowing over the meadow brow. And one was safe asleep in his bed, who at the bridge would be first to fall, who that day would be lying dead, pierced by British musket ball. You know the rest in the books you have read, how the British regulars fired and fled, how the farmers gave them ball for ball, from behind each fence and farmyard wall, chasing the redcoats down the lane, then crossing the fields to emerge again, under the trees at the turn of the road, and only pausing to fire loud. So through the night rode Paul Revere, so through the night when his cry belonged to every Middlesex village and farm, a cry of defiance, not of fear, a voice in the darkness, a knock at the door, and a word that shall echo forevermore. We're born in the night wind of the past, through all our history to the last. In the hour of darkness and peril near, the people will waken and listen to hear the hurrying hoofbeats of that steed and the midnight message of Paul Revere.